A very good afternoon, my name is Benjamin and welcome to this brand new episode of Time Challenge. The series where I ask an artist to provide me with stock images which I have to turn into something cool inside 1 hour. This week the images are chosen by Marischa from TM Designs on Instagram. She really likes space themed edits and that's why she sent me space related stock photos. Let's line them up. So the first one is basically just a rocket, which I can probably use as my centerpiece. Next we have this weird planet kind of thing, which is probably also gonna be a centerpiece. Then we have a nighttime version of the Earth and a daytime version of the Earth, which I have to use both, so that's gonna be something. Then we have this cool supernova thing effect and another rocket, which is probably gonna be in the background. Then we have another supernova cool weird cloud space thing effect. Then we have the moon, which is more stuff to put in the sky. And then we have an astronaut, which is probably gonna be somewhere in the foreground. And finally we have this crashed plane, and I literally have no idea what to do with that, but we will see soon enough. Make sure to follow Marischa's page, awesome stuff. Now let's look at the rules. I must create everything from scratch inside 1 hour. I have to use at least one part of every image the artist has sent me. I'm not allowed to add any other images myself, and I may only use Photoshop and Camera Raw or Lightroom. The timer is set, so let's start in 3, 2, 1. I started by duplicating and merging the landscape image so that it looked like one picture. Because I wasn't satisfied with this sky, I decided to cut it out so that I only had the landscape. Then I started adding the Earth images and moving them around until I thought it looked okay. I decided to fill up most of the sky with these supernova things to give it a little color. So then I thought maybe I should change the light color of the landscape to the sky colors, but that got a little shitty, so I deleted that. Finally I put in the main image, and I really had a hard time masking this thing out. I ended up using Blend If in combination with a normal duplicate with a layer mask. And to be honest, it doesn't look so good, but I didn't really have other options since this already took me way too long. At this point I felt like, it's actually looking not so bad. I mean, of course there's a lot wrong, but the composition and stuff looks pretty good. I instantly knew that this was gonna be ruined because there were a lot of images that I still needed to add, and well, yeah. Then I tried recreating some really quick light rays, but I don't know. So then I put the other rocket in there, and I decided that I was probably gonna make 2 of those, one on the left too, because it would be some kind of installation. Then for that crashed plane, I literally just cut it out and put it somewhere between that thing, because I didn't know what to do with it. It was super weird, super random. So then I put the moon in there too, and I was like, if Earth can exist twice, then the moon can too. So I duplicated the moon, there you go. And at this point it was pretty okay, and then I had to add the astronaut, and he basically ruined everything. I mean, there was literally no place for him, so I had to put him somewhere random in the sky. I also tried to make a nice reflection in his helmet, but that didn't really go well either. I was so rushed, I was like, do I have time for this? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And the results of that is basically failure. So I did some color correction which didn't really go well, and I moved him around a bit until the point where I thought this is absolutely horrible, but I could not use it because, you know, it's the rules, I have to use it, so I'm gonna have to live with it. So I figured, well, maybe a few nice highlights will do the trick. They did a little, it's a little less bad. So then I started adding random highlights on random spots because I was kinda lost at this point. But well, I figured maybe it looks better a little, and at some places it really did. I mean, it always adds something. So then I added a camera raw filter to it, did some tweaking, did some things. Did get a little better. But then last minute I was like, shit, the landscape doesn't have a single like highlight or anything. So I rushed this. I literally just added some highlights to that too, and well, and there you go, that's the end result. Actually, I'm surprised. When I saw the images at first, I was like, oh yeah, I could totally turn this into something really cool. But in the end, it didn't really, I'm not really satisfied. Not like the previous time, because that one worked very well, even though the images were like super different from each other. Everything was, some of them didn't even really match in like theme or anything, and these did, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. It's not bad, definitely not. Considering I did this in an hour, I'm actually pretty happy with it. But you know, yeah, it was definitely a fun experience. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you like this content, feel free to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so that you don't miss anything. And then I hope I will see you in my next video.